Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Partner Portal. I am here with Justin Hinkle of Suitcase Designs. Justin, will you tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Okay, I am Justin Hinkle, a recent graduate of Careers on Vacation. I own and operate Suitcase Designs, which is a website design agency specifically.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm really sorry. Okay, so then. You didn't know I was going to ask you to introduce yourself anyway, so
That's
I
all
don't
right.
think you started. I'm sorry.
I don't know how much to brag on myself.
A lot. That's what you're
Okay.
supposed to do.
Like I'm an
I also think
MBA,
it's
I'm an
a good to talk
engineer.
about y'all, and welcome back to the Partner Portal. Justin Hinkle is here today with me. Justin is from Suitcase Designs, and I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit about himself. Hey, Justin.
Hi, how you doing, Kelly?
Good.
I am Justin Hinkle. I am a recent graduate of Careers on Vacation. I am the owner and certified travel professional that operates Moonshot Travel. I am also the CEO and founder of Suitcase Designs, a web design company that specifically helps travel agents build their websites and build their companies. I don't work with other companies at all, mostly because I have a personal connection to travel agents. Running a travel agency myself, um, I see the needs and the problems we face as an industry in presenting ourselves as a professional option for booking your travel and really putting our best feet forward. Um,
I think it's so important to have someone who works in the industry or understands the industry to work on things like this, because it's a really unique industry.
mhm.
It's
Yes.
not like anything else.
No, it's not. And I've enjoyed every moment of it so far. Like
That's
every day
awesome.
I've been working on this has been a vacation.
That's
Um,
awesome. That's really important, and that's awesome. All right, so let's run into the questions. It's everybody's favorite thing. I say this to you all when you're students, and now I interview people, and I'm like, everybody needs to see me come because I am just full of overwhelming things. But that's okay because we're gonna get through this because our students need to learn more about what you can do for them because I think this is going to be really life changing for a lot of our students. So, first thing. Let's talk about the fact that website building is overwhelming for most students when they start, right? Like, so
mhm.
website building is intimidating for most people who don't know how to do that anyway. But there's a lot of upfront costs that are going on when you start your business. And website is one of those. And it's also not one of those that you feel like you can just do on your own. So tell everyone some ways that they can start small and grow as they get going.
Okay. I'm gonna obviously reference Suitcase
So
Designs.
this is all about Suitcase Designs.
Okay.
So this is all about you.
All right. So with us to start small, um, we would just start with a homepage. And this professional landing page isn't just welcome to my travel agency. It's me. Here's my booking from Calendly or something. Um, it is a full in-depth homepage that walks the customer on a journey from who it is you are, what you do, and how you're going to solve their problem, with what benefits and features your services provide, some testimonials from your clients, some social proof, and a journey all the way down through some logical frequently asked questions where they're going to have their questions answered before they ever book a consultation with you. That homepage alone is a great place to start. It's fairly in depth. It's a great introduction to your business, and with Suitcase Designs, you'd also get a yearly maintenance plan. We're going to take care of your domain name registration, your renewal, your hosting for that homepage, any security updates, plugin updates, backups, daily backups for your webpage. So if it goes down, we're going to have it right back up. Um, you know, WordPress updates, and there's always something to roll back for. It actually updated today. I had to go fix a website.
Yeah,
um,
that's
but
that's so important.
so back to how they can start small and grow. That homepage, you start with that. And then you come back a year later and you add more in-depth about page or some services pages because your niche is more than, Caribbean all-inclusives. Now you're incorporating cruises, and maybe you want a services page that goes in depth about how you help them with that specific
Right.
service. Because as travel agents, we start one place and then we find something else we're interested in. We might grow our agency.
Yep.
And then from there on, you can incorporate a blog down the road, and that helps engage visitors more to come back to your website, establishes you as an expert in your industry, and really builds that know, like, trust foundation for the client to keep coming back and say, I'm going to book my next vacation with this agent or this advisor, certified travel professional. And it really helps you grow as an agent from that simple beginning through a massive in-depth website if you want it. I mean, it's up to you how large you want to grow your website. Every services page would be like a homepage for that service. It wouldn't be priced the same as a homepage. It's actually, they're less as additional pages, but it would be set up the same way to give you an in-depth presence as an expert in, whether it's a theme park or it's a cruise or, adventures in Egypt, whatever you're into.
And you're so right, because so many agents start with something and they find they love something else later, or they start adding to it. And so having a website that can grow with you, because this is going to lead me into my next question, because I don't think that we never know where we're going to end up when we start, number one. But number two, you can start pigeonholing yourself into not having the opportunity for growth if you don't choose a self-hosted site. Can you first off explain the difference in like a hosted site and like those website page builders out there? Like what's the difference?
Okay, well, a hosted site, you're going to know you're building on something like WordPress.
Right.
And the host is going to be someone like I work with SiteGround. They provide security, optimization for speed, daily backups, and there's a lot of support you get from a host to keep your website up and running. That perhaps these free page builders, you're maybe paying for another app and they have a page builder installed, so you can go get a quick and easy, cheap website, but it's going to be low on customization. A hosted site, you've got high customization options. You can really make a site look as professional and unique as you want it to. Your colors, your fonts, your photos, the options for integrating those photos, your logo, everything can be integrated at a much higher, more professional looking level than going with a template free website builder.
Yeah.
The template websites are all going to look the same.
Yeah.
Like a lot of websites out there look similar because there's a format of websites that psychologically and it's proven that people read in a certain way. They expect a certain thing out of your website. But the template builders, the pictures are all in the exact same place. The fonts are all the same. Maybe you aren't even getting your brand colors on there. You've spent so much time and effort to get a logo and colors and fonts and things coherent to your brand that maybe you're using on social media. You want to bring that back to your website as well.
And I work in marketing, and one of the hardest things people have to do is set themselves apart. And when you are putting yourself in there with something that looks exactly like you do, because there's 5 travel agents in your area and you're all using the free template website, and they Google travel agent near me, which is the number one, has been for years, search on Google for a travel agent, and 5 websites pop up and they all look exactly the same. You're not standing out from anyone, and you don't look like you just look like a sea of travel agents.
Yeah. That's a big part of it, is that with those template builders, there's also no professional help.
Yeah.
You don't have someone who's built a website before. You're trying to build a website and you're great at travel, and now you've all of a sudden got to do this technical thing that maybe you've never had any interest in.
And it still has stuff you've got to do, But the other things that I think, and I want you to answer for me, like a lot of those don't have the opportunity. There's only you can really grow. You can't add pages to it per se. This is what it is. I've seen people with those struggle with blogs, right? They can't add blogs. Blogs, we know you said they keep coming back and you get the SEO and all of it. But like, no, you said they keep coming back, but I'm like, they provide SEO, right? Like
That's right.
that's one of the main things. It's going to help you with that. And so a lot of that, you just don't have the same amount of options. And it's like, I'm going to either do something for free, but what's the ROI going to be?
Hmm. Yeah. One of the things about a lot of those page builders, I'll see the links at the top of navigation menu where you'll say about and contact, and it just scrolls back down on the homepage where you already were, and it feels cheap. It feels not constructed in a manner that you would expect out of any other website you go to. I talk about WordPress. We build on WordPress.
No.
Most of the companies out there you see are built on WordPress. Disney is built on WordPress. I mean, professional, top of the line industry hosting and website building is what we provide. And when you're on a website where it's just navigating up and down the same page and you're expecting more, you're not getting, you're going to bounce and
Yeah.
you're not going to stay there very long.
Especially if you've got someone who's ready to drop 15K or 20K on a
Mm-hmm.
vacation and they're like, this looks cheap. Like, I'm questioning choices on, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to question that if I'm going to put down a significant amount of money on a vacation and their website looks cheap. Like, I'm going to expect more. That's just the way it is. And so customization, I think, is going to matter in such a big way.
And then I see a lot of, speaking of the customization, people use builders that they'll overdo the colors, they'll overdo the links, go over here, go over there, and trying to talk about more. Once they do get maybe a builder that has more pages, I think there are some out there that are on the less expensive, not free, but less expensive end where it still builds your own website, but you don't have a format, a guide, a professional help
Right.
to help you through that construction, and you end up, here's a purple link, here's a pink link, here's an orange link, and it's a rainbow sea of colors that overwhelms the user, and they want to get out of there.
And something that we mentioned off camera, that I think we should mention on camera is also um, the idea. Oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Hold on. It'll come back to me. We mentioned it off camera though, so if you think of it, like let me know. But it was about hold on. It's there.
Hmm.
Children. Hold well, okay, I'm gonna hold my finger up here, that's gonna make me remember it. So I'm just doing this first. So, all right. So self-hosted, we did that. So let's talk about it because I feel like it's like right into it. Red flags for websites that travel agents fall for. And I know we're starting to talk about that, but let's just go further in depth because like we don't want to see people make big mistakes with their website. Like we want to make
Hmm.
sure that their goals are being met. And so what are red flags? Because I'm not just talking about like red flags and mistakes agents are making, but in those systems, either those website builders or whatever, um, what are some red flags? And let's break this up. Fun times, I'm just with various something off the wall
Okay.
talking, right? But red flags for consumers and red flags for like don't do this to your website. And when you create your website with suitcase size, you don't have to worry about it.
That's true.
So like the
Um,
first one I'm gonna throw out there is exactly what you're talking about and what you talked about again. All the links and all the calls to action, and people are overwhelmed.
mhm. um, we see a lot of call to actions that it's not clear what you want the client to do when they come to your website. And so they're confused. They're not just overwhelmed. They're going to get out of there because they don't know what they're supposed to do. They might click around a little bit if you're lucky, but if you're pulling them to your service page, your blog page, and everything without leading them on a logical journey or path through who you are and what you do, um, they're out. Another thing that I see is a wall of words. Um, Tiny text, large paragraphs. It's too much to read. People are scanning a website, bold a few phrases, move, have some headers, and they're
Yes.
moving on through. And then after they say, okay, I like that, they might come back and read, if you're lucky, your more in-depth text. But when it's all of that, and they like imagery, they want your colors to be matching to your logo in a way that is complementary. Your call to actions should be specific, and they should be the same all the way throughout your website. You want them to book a consultation today. It should say that up here. Instead of a contact link, it should say book a consultation today. It should have your hero section. Here I am. This is what I do. Book a consultation today. Walk through some of how you're solving their problem, features of your service, some objection killers. Book a consultation today. That should be the only objective you want out of your website.
Yeah, I love that, because in social media side of marketing, we see an overkill of call to action a lot, and all you do is confuse people. The other thing that you're talking about is scanning, and that could not be more true. Like, people don't read. They don't read. And even in emails, like you got, but the most important thing in the top line of paragraphs is that's the part they're reading, and they don't read. So number one, don't waste your time writing all that text. And number two, if they're not reading, are you going to meet your goals? And I think I know what I was going to say. So you told you I would remember. I'll go back to it in a minute. But actually, it has a lot to do with that. We also have to remember that, and I think this is a red flag, so we'll go with it. It's fun. You have to have, people are sometimes looking on a computer, but a lot of times people are looking on a mobile device, right?
Yes.
And so if you don't have a website what's the word? The fancy tech word?
Responsive.
Yes, it's not responsive, that goes from computer to mobile and looks the same, it's going to be even cheaper.
Yeah, like I see a lot of websites that either aren't optimized for mobile or a tablet or any other type of device that is not your big screen like I have over here. Like,
Right.
I've even seen websites. I was working with someone they were looking at their website on their MacBook Air. It's 13.3 inches, and the resolution they had it at made it look different, obviously, than it was looking on my large screen. And we had to optimize to make sure we were hitting every size of screen.
Yes, because
And it can't just be shrinking down your website. It's got to turn it around, put things in different places.
really bothers me when people do that, because anytime I'm having to proof emails or anything, I always open it on my laptop. And I have a 24-inch screen laptop. I used to have a desktop that was the same size screen, and I was working from, I can't do two screens. I don't know how you people do it.
I used to do 3 screens.
My mouse is falls. I can't, like, I can't do it. I don't have the focus for that. Shocker, right? But anyway, I still have a 24-inch screen laptop, which is heck to travel with, but it's important for me to have that big of a screen. But I will have a smaller laptop, and I will pull it up on my iPad and pull it up on my phone, because I need to see what does it look like in a website and email and everything, because I can't stand it when words are not, like, I don't like a word to drop down in a weird place or whatever.
Right.
An alignment really bothers me, and especially you don't think about who's going to be looking at your website, and you're more than likely looking, some of these people are going to, that's going to be their job that they've looked at. And so they're going to be critiquing that, even if they don't mean to be. And it's going to cause an impression of your business, and you want to make sure you're putting your best foot forward.
That was something else I wanted to mention is the copywriting. We actually provide copywriting for these websites. We're not going to write your blog post for you.
Wonder what social will, though.
That's what I was just going to say. But as far as copywriting on the main pages, we provide that first draft. We work with you to refine it, and then we finalize it for you. So it is in a format and format that the client who visits your site is going to be able to scan quickly, but also take in some information from that scan. they aren't just going to be an out. They're going to slow down enough to say, okay, wait, that word, that's bolded word, that's what I cared about. What else do they have about that?
You'll read more. And
Yeah.
it's a hook. It's the same principle as a social media hook. It's a different type of hook, but it's if I can get their attention, then they'll slow down and read. But if all I'm doing is putting in, and you mentioned in your 5 and 5 about white space, we
Mm-hmm.
talk about that all the time because people want graphics that are just loaded with stuff and like they don't perform well. Same thing with websites. If there is so many words and so many pictures and there's no white space for your eye to chill out for a minute, you're overwhelmed and you're done. And I think that that's all so stinking important. And someone who is professional knows how to do that.
Mm-hmm. And something you just said about the graphics filled with lots of stuff going on, that is another one of the red flags.
Yeah. Okay.
Not just graphics, but supplier advertising, banner ads.
You know how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you're not, they're large suppliers and they don't need your help marketing them.
You sound
You're
like
there to market yourself.
for Dustin.
Yeah. You might have a photo from a theme park, but you're talking about how you help them guide through that theme park with a day that's so magical and memorable that they're always going to ask you to send them back to another vacation. You're not trying to say, hey, they've got a great deal on a cruise and this is the thing.
That's not marketing.
Nope.
Not for you, at least. So true. All right. Last question before we go really in depth into how people can work with you and what it is that you do. Is what do you think the top three? Let's say someone is getting started. So you've been in these people's shoes. You've been in these guys' shoes. They're in here, the partner portal. They're excited. They're starting their journey. And a lot of our grads will be here as well. But they're starting their journey. And actually, grads, if you're watching this is a really good time for you to audit your website and think through, do I have it where I want it? Am I on one of those free website builders? I have chosen particular other software pieces just because they have the website builder, so I'm not using other things that I could be using because I feel stuck. This is a good time for you to audit that and say if this is the right move for you. But on those what are your top 3 things that a beginner website, someone who's just rolling out their business, non-negotiable should have?
Okay. They're actually 3 pages.
Okay.
First one is a professional, welcoming homepage.
Yeah.
Because it's the first impression. That's where most of your people are going to land. They're going to find you on your homepage, and then that very first top hero section should have nothing else but who you are and what you do. And then you talk about their problem, talk about the solution, and walk through. That homepage should be able to reassure potential clients that you're credible, trustworthy, that you've got expertise, and they'll be in good hands. Even just booking a consultation with you, they don't want to. Even if it's a free consultation, they don't want to waste their time. That's their money. The second thing is that booking the consultation, the contact form should be easy and clear. Now, we've got a lot of contact forms in this industry that you can embed and incorporate in your website that really are that. From Microsoft Bookings, Calendly, Turns working on a scheduler that they've got embedded in theirs. So there's a lot of options, but it's got to be a clean and easy form when they can see your calendar and availability and just, hey, I'm booking that time slot. That's great. If it's got, here's my email, here's my phone number, here's my calendar, and it's too much at once. It's again cluttered. It's too many choices. So they need to have clear, easy choices, easy to use contact form. And luckily we've got plenty in this industry that we can incorporate in your website. And I like to do that. Like you can do it where you bounce that off into another page and open up in another page. But I think it looks best if it's incorporated in your website. So when you see the scheduling tool, it's still branded with your header, the rest of the page, your footer, everything is part of your website. You haven't left the website to do the scheduling. And then the other thing would be, and now you can do this in the homepage to a limited amount, but an about page that talks about your services, your experience, how you solve that problem again. but also your certifications. And that's not just I passed the College of Knowledge and I'm a Commodore Princess, commander, but your careers on vacation certifications, your Wanderlust Campus CEO certifications, all of those should be displayed prominently.
Justin, let's talk about, like, let's get really down to it. We know why and all of the things now, but like, they want to get started with you. How do you help them?
All right. Well, I help them obviously build a presence on the internet that shows they are professional. They are serious about what they do. We start with a homepage. It's a persuasive page format. It's very in depth to lead the client on a journey from an emotional decision and then logic at the end to back up why they've already bought. Because they're going to buy on emotion. And then just the logic is just like, yeah, I made a good decision. And then they'll book with you. And from there, we build out the whole site as you want to grow. You might start with a few pages. You might want to say homepage first. We provide domain registration, domain renewal, professional hosting, daily backups, security optimization, speed optimization, all kinds of stuff.
All of the things.
Gets down in the dirty technical to make sure your website is always up, running, looking professional. We provide lead magnet integration. So you go to Wanderlust Social, you buy some bundles, and students get a free bundle,
They
right?
do.
And 20% off. And you get lead magnets within those. We'll incorporate that lead magnet and then also integrate whatever email marketing system you've decided to use. That can be integrated so that when the client puts in their email address and name, that will shove off into your email marketing system. They'll have a lead magnet pop up or either email to them, however we want to do that. So they get right away best cruising tips for the Caribbean.
Yeah. Do you also help with that DNS stuff? Right.
Yes.
Like,
yes. Because we are providing hosting, we can help with all your DNS needs in the sense of integrating the email marketing, integrating your actual email client. Are you in, Microsoft 365, Google Workspace? That all needs to be integrated so you can have that professional email address. We take care of working you through that. Not letting you do it in the sense of making you do it and saying, yeah, you just go over there and do that. You're going to come to us and say, here's what I need, and we're going to work that for you so you have a seamless experience with your email. You don't have any problems. And it's not just email, it's anything else that has to be validated through DNS. I just validated Apple Business Manager through DNS.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things.
Of that. Mm-hmm. But the DNS, and it's a new, like relatively new, like I know personally at campus, we just went through like having to re-certify our DNS. I don't know if that's the right words, but it was a lot.
Yeah, they do a lot of different companies do verification with your DNS, just to make sure you are a legitimate owner of that domain.
Yeah,
especially when you're working in the professional realm, and that's part of the annual maintenance package. Is we're doing all that for you. We're making sure like I said, your domain is always yours. It's always renewed. We're making sure the backups are happening, the DNS is happening, but also not just I need help with the DNS technical updates, but I've changed my focus. I want to change the words here. I've earned a new certification. We'll go on your website for you and update those things. So it's not just a dead website. We're going to keep it active, keep it alive, and that helps Google like you. Yes. That helps your clients like you because they see a website that's changing a little bit here and there. And it's not just static, it's dynamic. What else?
Well, I know what else. You started to mention certifications, but yes. I want to tell everyone, and then I want you to explain what that means and looks like. But our team, my team, marketing and branding, have been working with Justin, and we have gotten him all of our logos, all of our certification logos, our certification links, things that projects we've been working at Canvas to help you showcase your certifications and your designations. And so if you are a COV student, Justin has all the things to showcase that you are a certified travel professional. If you're a TPTK Plus, he has all the things to make sure that you are able to showcase your associate travel professional. If you are a Wanderlust CEO and you use TPTK Plus, he has everything to showcase that you're an educational partner. So all of the pieces that you want to show off to set yourself apart, Justin has. Justin, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to you all, but like I feel like that's so
That helps.
it's something our team's really proud of being able to present to the students through you.
Yes, and with those, when we put those on the website, it's not, again, just static, because regular person from the city who's going to look up your website doesn't know what that means. Great, you're certified, but it's going to link back to Wanderlust Campus and describe why that certification is important, what you've done to earn it. And when we do that, they're still going to have your website open and Wanderlust Campus open, and they're going to be able to see, okay, hey, this person is invested in
Yep.
not just their education, but in how they're going to treat me, the client.
Yep.
They care about this that much, that they've gone out of their way to do this. That makes the client feel more trusting, comfortable, and really just like you more.
For
And
sure.
so,
In a world where we have sometimes see horror stories on YouTube about a travel agent that did this or that, you will never find them linked to certifications because they haven't invested in their education. And so it gives them that level of security that they're choosing a professional.
and it's going to give you a leg up because of that.
And let's not mention
When they
the
look at
SEO
previous
because those
sites.
links help in SEO.
That's true.
So there's that too. All right, guys. Well, Justin, how do they get in touch with you?
Well, if they want to get in touch with me directly,
They can click through on the partner portal, right?
yes, they can get through in the partner portal. With that, if they wanted to straight away go ahead and book their website, the partner portal has the link to do that. It says start now down at the bottom of the right-hand description of everything of the services. They can get a link to the Wanderlust landing page on our website, Suitcase Designs, under the specific offers for Wanderlust campus students. And then also, if they want to book a consultation to discuss how this can work for their website, maybe they've already got a domain, they've got something set up and they need to know how can we transfer it to Suitcase Designs. There is a book a consultation link in the partner portal at the bottom of the right-hand side. It says any questions, book a consultation, and we will discuss exactly the process, because we can move an already created template website or whatever you have from your old service to SiteGround hosting, Suitcase Designs. It'll include a domain renewal right off the bat, so they push it out another year from where you're at, and it really helps streamline your entire process. Your technical stack is taken care of from this point of view,
That's so
and you've
important.
got a regular tech support on call to help you. Copywriting, that DNS stuff, maybe WordPress updated and you need to refresh the cache. That just sounds technical. I did that this morning. It happens. And when updates and things like that go through, you want somebody technical who can just, hey, I've got that fixed real quick. We're not going to let your website languish.
This is a big deal. We are so proud of this partnership and thankful for this partnership, Justin. I appreciate you today. And
Thank you.
Guys, make sure you're clicking those buttons. We'll talk
Appreciate
to
it.
you soon.
Bye.
All right.